dotted notes. What does it all mean? What's up everyone, CJ here, I hope you're all doing well. For this drum lesson and sight reading, I'm going to teach you about dotted notes. We won't go too deep into this topic, I'm going to keep this lesson fairly short. But this might be tough for some people to grasp, and I totally get that, because dotted notes are a bit special. But before we start off with these weird dotted notes, I want to remind all my channel members out there that you can download everything from this lesson, including the click tracks, the transcriptions, and my drum tracks in the link in the member community tab. So if you want to support my channel and get some exclusive bonus content while doing so, consider joining the channel membership. Okay, so dotted notes are used to increase a musical note's value. It increases the value of half of what it's worth. I know it's a weird sentence to say, but as an example, a dotted quarter note is worth 1.5 quarter notes. A dotted eighth note is worth 1.5 eighth notes, and so on and so on. You could say that when it comes to sight reading for drummers, dotted notes can be used instead of writing a bunch of rests in the music sheet. For example, these two rhythms sound the exact same on the snare drum. The first example is a quarter note followed by an eighth note rest and an eighth note. The second example is a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note. The difference here between the drums and, for example, a melodic instrument like the piano is that the drums doesn't really play long notes, except for the cymbals. When dotted notes are used for the piano, you'll hear longer notes. It's kind of hard to explain, but let me show you a rhythm that I'm gonna play on the snare drum, and then I'm gonna play the exact same rhythm, but with a piano. See what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna show you some fairly simple rhythms with dotted notes and show you how to count them and how to read them. Let's do the first one. Here is 4 bars using dotted quarter notes. As you can see in the first 2 measures, I've written 2 dotted quarter notes and 1 regular quarter note. Since the dotted quarter note is worth 1.5 quarter notes, the first dotted quarter note is on beat 1, the second dotted quarter note is played on the end of 2, and the last quarter note lands on beat 4. The last 2 measures are written as a dotted quarter note on beat 1 and an eighth note on the end of 2, followed immediately by another dotted quarter note on beat 3 and an eighth note on the end of 4. So when you count this when you're practicing, you want to count in eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's try it at a slow tempo. And remember, when you're practicing, count out loud as well to keep track of all the notes and when they're played. I know it's a bit tricky at first, but I promise with enough practice, you'll do fine. Now let's try some dotted eighth notes. Here is where drumming starts to get really mathematical. Since a dotted eighth note is worth 1.5 eighth notes, it means it's worth the same as 3/16th notes. So when you're counting dotted eighth notes, you should really feel the subdivision of 16th notes. In the first 2 measures, you can see 4 dotted eighth notes tied together with a beam and a quarter note. The dotted eighth notes therefore land on beat 1, the of 1, the and of 2, and the e of 3, and the last quarter note is played on beat 4. In the last 2 measures, it starts with 2 eighth notes, and then there's a dotted eighth note on beat 2, tied together with a 16th note on the of 2. And the same goes for beat 3 and 4. You can see that little cut beam on the of beat 2 and 4, and that indicates that it's a 16th note. Let's try it at a slow tempo. There you go, guys. I hope this helped you a little bit about dotted notes. As long as you remember that a dotted note adds half of its value, you'll have no problem practicing or counting dotted notes. In the next lesson I'm gonna do in this video series, I'm gonna teach how to read drum notes in particular. How to read, write, and play grooves and fills. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay updated whenever I release a new video. Now, if this is the first lesson you're watching in this video series, make sure to watch the first 2 as well, so you're not confused when it comes to sight reading. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and good luck with your drumming. I'll see you soon.